What is up, fam? We're back.
Hello?
Wait,
Sorry.
what year is it?
What
Is
decade
this thing
is
on? Is
Hello?
this thing on?
Hello?
it? This was recorded in July. All right, cool.
Of
Cool,
2039.
cool. 2030. We're from the future, but it's the present. Huh?
What's going
That was
on,
the quickest,
fam?
the quickest intro music of all time, and I don't even know if you got it all because at the beginning
don't-
it sounded like the beginning of I Know You Did Last Summer.
It until Anthony started doing weird
Hey,
shit in the back.
It's spooky season. Ooh.
Come on, it's only September. Get the fuck out of here.
You from New York? Get out of here.
Get out of
Get
here.
outta here.
Hey, you found my cockies? My cockies?
No one's playing with
Boston.
your cock, okay?
See my
true.
pants?
It's in my hands.
No mas pantalones.
How are we? Hell, welcome everybody to the Gamer. Jeffrey, Anthony, and Mark. We are back for season 2.
Season 2.
I'm gonna call it. We're calling it.
We're just
Call
gonna
it-
pretend
That's just
that,
what we're
We're calling it
that
seasons.
hiatus, if you will.
We'll call it seasons.
Yeah.
How's your boys' summer?
Life's been crazy. And
I was the boys of summer.
that's clever. I
Yeah.
don't know what a summer is, so I wake up, I go to work, I go to sleep, rinse and repeat.
Well,
But it's been great. Summer's been great. That's the answer you want. I can't believe it's so good. You've had 3 months to figure out your question of the episode, so it's better be fucking good.
I've
Dude, he
I-
was
I've
going
had this one
through
just
them.
kind of simmering in my gut for a while now.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
No,
Every week,
no,
I'm like,
he
oh, that'd be a
hasn't.
good question for the show.
He hasn't.
And then I don't
he was looking
jot
at-
it down.
He was going through questions before the episode. He's like, here's one. And he's just rattling them off. I'm like, these are all fucking terrible. Why do we do this? Why the fuck do we do this?
Every one of them conceptually amazing. Amazing.
No, they were trash. They were trash. Okay, shoot.
No one knows
Yeah.
what it means.
Same soundboards? 3
Yeah.
months later?
He still hasn't updated them.
I'm not gonna lie,
Fellas.
you could probably go through all our episodes, and about 85% of them, we mentioned soundboards within the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Oh, it was like once he started getting his stuff set together, like I'm going through things and he's like soundboarding. I'm like, God, I don't miss this. I don't fucking miss this. There's a reason why we stopped doing this.
Emotional damage.
That's part of it. That's a big part of it.
That's what we do. All right,
That's
fellas.
why we'll have one
Ready.
view
I'm-
on this. All right,
Ready to
let's go.
not be satisfied.
If we developed from monkeys,
Oh, God.
why do we still have monkeys?
All right, Jeffrey, how you doing? How you doing?
Anyone?
Oh, man. All right. So we're gonna kick this guy out of this show.
So football. Football's
this show is
great.
almost about to be just me because this guy doesn't know questions and this guy doesn't know anything about sports. So it's just gonna be the G.
Welcome to the
terrible.
G.
I don't like
It's
that.
gonna be the girl.
Welcome to the G
I don't
spot.
know if you guys. I know, Anthony. You did Hooked on Phonics as a child because I was there. But one letter G does not make a g sound.
No,
So,
the because it's still a radio, so it'd be
No,
grr.
it's not a radio.
Why? Why?
This is,
Why?
Is this
Why?
a radio? This video is a radio. Video killed the radio star.
star. Yeah,
Mm.
There we go. There we go.
let's get it.
So I see you
Let's
guys
get it.
have your losing team shirts on. So I know that you're trying to rep your guys' stuff at the beginning of the season.
As the guy
cousin.
that's
Right.
straight
Mhm.
abandoned his team because he's not supporting. his
No,
said team?
so I don't wear a jersey. A t-shirt means I don't support them.
Let's face
I'm
it.
not wearing a shirt
Broncos
because
are the
my
new
shirt
Raiders
says
of the league.
Huh?
What?
I'm not wearing my Broncos shirt because it says Black and Decker on it. Probably not a good idea to wear it on a video. So just a thought. It looked like Mark was in an episode of Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson there,
In the freaking Twilight Zone.
fading into the.
What?
So Mark, I know you're not a sports guy very
I'm
much,
not,
but I
I'm
guess
not.
we can talk about it a little bit. Did you guys watch any college games yesterday?
No, I hate football. I don't
Sorry,
know why we
the day
do this
before?
shit. No football.
I know you saw the targeting hit from LSU
did.
though.
Yeah, that was.
Full on Buffalo there.
I
first.
love how he goes and does the little, and then the quarterback's like, he's like,
well, he
no
you see
big
at the last
deal.
minute,
Like,
the dude like try to use his hands and like as if he was pushing him.
yeah, like
Totally got shit
he
on.
headbutt him and
What
then
he was saying,
shoves
though, I heard
him, and then the quarterback on the ground is like, the fuck, throw the flag.
He was like, hey, I scored a touchdown either way, so thanks for the hit.
Didn't even matter. Plus, there was a pass interference at the 3, so.
No, they scored a touchdown. No,
Well,
they
I
scored a
mean,
touchdown.
they still threw a flag at the 3 or whatever. So there was a
So
penalty.
there was a penalty for targeting,
Yes.
and then there was a penalty for what was it? Taunting against Florida State.
Oh,
But yes,
okay.
there was a penalty for pass interference on defense, but
Yeah.
that
It
didn't
didn't
happen.
matter. Right. So I'm just saying, like, regardless, multiple things were happening there. They were going to get a touchdown. It didn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean the game ended with they only won by 1 point, so the end of it was kind of fun. But I'm glad that LSU lost altogether.
It's still funny that LSU lost, especially given the circumstances. So to me, it's still a win. I like it.
Right.
I don't know. I've never been a fan of LSU. I liked and still like some of the players. Burrow, Jefferson,
Jamar Chase.
I mean, they're all fantastic players.
Tyrann Mathieu, Odell Beckham.
Yeah, but
Somebody's got to
Leonard
go out there
Fournette.
and take down the SEC, though.
the
That fucking division is
organization
They're all
as a
joining it.
whole,
They're all joining
organization, the organization as a whole, I don't care for. Like how they play in college and their attitude in college. Not a fan of that group of guys.
You're talking about like the SEC in general, or just LSU?
Mostly LSU, but SEC in general. Yeah.
Aren't you an
I would
Alabama
say-
fan? Ish.
I mean, again, a lot of the players I like out of there, but not necessarily the organization as a whole.
Yeah.
So I've been an Oregon fan for years and years before Herbert, before all those guys, but it's again not a huge college fan, so it's not like where I am with college basketball, like Duke.
You should.
Like,
I think you would
I've loved
enjoy
Duke
college
for a
football
long
more if you
time.
could sit and watch it because there's just so much going on because of how many games there are, and all the games. Like if you, for me, of course, the same as college sports compared to pro sports is almost every game. There's going to be a little bit more entertainment because of
They have
things
more to
matter
play
more.
for.
Yeah. Of course, you're going to have games too, though, that are like complete blowouts, like Nebraska being North Dakota. There's not going to be that much fun in that, but still, the energy of it is more fun.
What do you mean? NDSU
I
would
would
totally throttle.
say the energy that
Nebraska.
you get from a college football game is twofold what you would get at any NFL game outside of the playoffs.
I would say maybe because I mean it's more passionate, I think, for college sports for football
sure.
than it is, and
They have nothing to lose. Like, I mean, it's one of those, or everything to lose, however you want to look at it. Like they're playing for the sake of the sport as opposed to their paychecks. I mean,
Well, I mean, they're paying for future paychecks, and like they can get
eventually, yeah.
money for being a college athlete, which is nice because then it's not just, oh well, you got a Hummer there, Reggie Bush. Well, okay, well I need to get to practice. You didn't need a Hummer to get to practice, but I like that they're kind of incorporating those things now better, which is more fun because then it also opens up for me as not an athlete, not in college, not any sort of sport. I can play college football video games again when they come out, so that'd be great.
Oh, dude, I need another one.
It's supposed to. The new college football is supposed to come out next year, next July.
I might actually play some of that. Get a dynasty going.
Anthony loves the
Dynasty.
idea so much that his camera came out of focus. The Dynasty.
It's being all weird.
You remember
lately.
when we used to play like online dynasties with the college football? That was fun.
Yeah, we had what, 10
Way
of
back
us, something like
when
that.
there was Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
No, his name.
I don't know how many
Julio.
arguments I had about that. No, his name is Julio.
He drinks out of a jetty cup.
No, it's not. He's black. It's Julio. I'm like, dude. No, it's Julio.
Right.
No.
Even your cat was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You guys have any predictions for this upcoming Thursday game? Rams versus the Bills.
Picking the Bills.
What should have been the Super Bowl?
I think that the Bills take it. I think that it'll be a decent game though. I'm gonna say like 21-17 for a final. It's gonna be a lower scoring game.
Think so?
I think so. I think it's
I
gonna
think
be
it
more
might be
defense.
the other way around.
I think it's gonna be more defense.
Well, I mean, Stafford's elbow is iffy, but he says there's no restrictions, so I mean, it could be all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Von Miller isn't going to be that impactful on the Buffalo Bills. I don't think for the game.
You don't think defense is gonna play a huge factor in this one? I think they will. That's my personal.
I think they both don't have that. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember both their teams very well, but I feel like the Rams don't have the same all the weapons that they had. Like they have Cup still and everything, but it might be low scoring. I don't think it'll be that high scoring. I don't think it'll be over 20s.
It depends on whose running game is more consistent.
Said every game ever.
Well, I mean, Josh Allen's going to be their leading rusher. Like that's going to be the case here. Even
Who's
for
their running back?
Thursday.
Singletary?
Singletary and Zach Moss.
slash.
They just got somebody else too, didn't
Cook.
Is he going
James
to run like design
James
plays,
Cook.
or is it running for his life?
they? No,
Him
he's
running
always
for his
running. He's always running design plays.
So a 50-50 there.
Yes.
What is their roster at?
How did you guys are in keeper leagues, right, for fantasy football?
Correct. Yep.
Well, they got James Cook and Tywan Jones.
Hey, so I think Mark, they got James Cook. I'm not sure if you know.
No, I
They got
didn't know.
James
Who
Cook.
is that?
He's actually listed ahead of Zach Moss too.
We
Oh, no
know,
way.
We had already said it. That's why we're.
I don't know what you're talking about. How about Tywan Jones?
You know
I'm trying
the
to-
weird
he's a
thing.
real
The weird
stud.
thing about James Cook, he looks kind of like Dalvin. A little bit. He looks a little bit like Dalvin. It's almost like they could be related or something.
I don't know. I think he looks more like Madison than Alvin Cook. Come on, Mal.
Come on, Mal.
Yeah.
Come on, Mal.
Mal.
Cool.
I tried to in my other league. I tried to pick up Christian Watson, Mark from why?
What?
From Fargo, but he wasn't even available. Like he's not even on the list to pick.
What?
Yeah, on
That's
the
fine.
ESPN fantasy, he's not on there.
That's fine.
On the Yahoo one, he's there.
It's good.
I tried to pick the same players that I had in both leagues. To, like,
Did you?
pick-
Just so,
like,
you don't have to
I
worry
have-
about it. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So like in
No, I'm going for this guy. No, I'm going for that guy. I know I'm putting
I
this
set it
guy
up-
on buys.
set it up perfectly. It just didn't happen.
Let's shoot.
I have Aaron Rodgers in both leagues. I have Javonte Williams in both. Water bottle moved by itself. Weird.
Spooky.
I have Keenan Allen in both. I have fucking what's his name, Fairmouth, the tight end from Pittsburgh.
Oh, Fryer.
Frymouth. Frymouth.
Fried her mouth.
Fried in her
Fries
mouth.
in his
And
mouth.
then
Every time we say that guy's name, it's got to be different now.
I did get G.A.M.R. Chase though in my other league. So
There you go.
and you know I had to average at least 2 Broncos players each team. So
So
I got
who was your
McManus
other
on
one?
both.
Oh yeah, McMahon.
I got McManus, and then I got Cortland Sutton, and then I picked up KJ Hamler.
I think
that
Sutton's gonna be good this
non-keeper
year.
league?
Honestly,
Both my leagues are non-keeper leagues.
3 drafts.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Judy was
So-
taken first.
Yeah, Judy was taken. I wasn't going to try to take Judy anyway, because I had already picked up Jamar Chase and Keenan Allen. And I'm not going to try and pick up both Sutton and Judy. I felt like Sutton was a better pick for some reason between the two of them.
Interesting.
Just because of their other weapons, and I think he will get more opportunity, especially that first week against Seattle. He'll get more opportunity than Judy will. It's just a thought, just a feeling. I could be wrong. Could be right. I could be nothing. So
The thing that's lovely about the new season is
Don't talk about
you,
playoffs. You kidding
too
me?
soon. Way too
exactly.
soon.
You never know where the season will start. Like last year, even 3 weeks in, we were like, what the frick is happening here? Like,
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Well, I mean, it was, but from a fantasy standpoint, it was like, I don't even know what to do. Do I get rid of this guy who I drafted in the 3rd round? Do I keep him? Do I hold on to him? Do I go for this guy who's had 2 good-ish games and try to pick him up? Or like, am I just bugging out because it's 2-3 weeks in and I'm like, okay, I'm getting nervous. Like the guys that I drafted early are now shitting the bed. Like, what do I do? So
I think just NFL itself is changing to where some guys are going to come in and have a good couple weeks and then they'll never play again.
Can we just talk about for a second the 18 running backs you drafted this year? Just for a second.
I just want to say.
Can we talk about this 3 times?
I just want to say. I mean, there's a reason I
So
got
you're just
this.
throwing this season away? Is that what we're doing? Just to
I've got
spice it up a
3 of the
little bit?
last 4 years. I'm just saying.
I need something different.
You want a running back? Come holla at your boy.
So we don't have to predict every game, but I'm going to say the Broncos are going to win against Seattle by 10 points. I want to hear what you guys think about your guys' teams. Mark, let's go with you with the Vikings.
Vikings, they'll probably win by 3. I'm
You think they're going to win, huh?
They're going to win. I might be off on the score, but I'm going to say 17-14.
Really?
Yeah,
Working
it'll be
scores
a
too.
lower.
Is that how that's working?
I'll throw out a score, but I'm gonna say Vikings by 3.
I'll say Broncos by 10, 27-17.
Dude, it's Seattle. They blow. They don't have anybody.
Giving them benefit of
I'm giving
it's in Denver. No, it's
Okay.
not.
I'm giving
think it's
Denver like 20 points on that.
No, it's in Seattle.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit tougher, but I still think that Jeffrey's on the ball there. I think that
I think it's
Denver's
going to be
come out.
mistakes from Denver's side, not the offense of Seattle doing something successful.
Correct. But I still
Like,
think that Denver.
I'll say a fumble and maybe an interception.
But Denver, I think at the end of the day, Denver still comes out with it.
Yeah.
Whether or not your point spread is on par, like whatever, but I think that Denver comes away with that game. Same with the Vikings. Point spread, overall points might be different, but I think that Vikings come away with it.
I mean, that one's in
who does-
Minnesota, so I mean, I could see it, but I wasn't.
Well,
I
who
wouldn't
does
be
he have to
surprised.
throw to? He's got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. That's literally it.
And he's got what's his name that was with the Chiefs and with the Bills. He's so good we don't even remember his name.
Sucked. And Juju Smith, that guy, Smith Schuster, and who was the other guy?
Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
No.
We talking about?
Oh, he's with the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
Oh, both those
Well,
guys are with the
I'm
Chiefs.
saying who's
Sorry,
with the Packers.
With the Packers, it's Watson,
There it is.
Lazard. Do they still have that tight end? What was the tight end?
Tunyon?
Rodgers?
No, Tunyon's still on there.
Tunyon. Yeah.
Funyon?
What?
Who said Funyon? I said Tunyon.
No,
You guys are
Mark's up there talking about fucking chips. We're trying
Fucking
to talk
chips.
football out here.
I mean, you could fuck a Funyon. I'm just saying.
He's that stinky chip. The
Funyon.
Funyon guy.
So, I mean, the last time they
Robert-
played, though,
Robert
the
Funyon.
Vikings lost by 27.
Rodgers throws
So,
another O-ring.
Just a thought.
No.
The Vikings lost by 27 last time.
They
I
won't.
don't see that happening.
I think the Vikings are going to win by 8 points. I love that you guys are like, well, what would the
I'm
numbers be?
why 8? But
Why
it doesn't
8
even
points?
matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, fine.
Just for
I'll give
fun.
him. I'll give him.
Anthony's-
I'll give him
look-
6.
Anthony looked like a blind man trying to find his shoes. Like,
And I'm like,
what do you- 8 points.
6 points.
He's too stuck on me calling him Bunyan.
6 points.
God damn it.
As Cleo told me.
Robert,
All right.
Robert
So what about the
Funyan?
Chiefs and the Cardinals, Anthony?
Chiefs and the Cardinals. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs because without
weird.
Hopkins, well,
No
I mean, even
chance.
without Hopkins, I don't think they have enough to go. They don't have enough talent on their receiving core to sustain his absence. And their running
Hopkins
game's
or
always
Hill?
been.
Tyreek Hill?
I'm talking about Arizona without Hopkins.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
This is, who do they have? Rondale Moore. Who else is left there?
Kyler Murray and
Okay, so
Kyler
they have a
Murray.
running back who can
Zach Ertz.
toss the ball forward a little bit.
JJ Watt and
He has caught a few touchdowns in the past for Houston. I guess he'll have to do the
Isabella?
same thing.
Isabella and Dortch.
They still have Christian Kirk. They still have Kirk, right?
No. Do they? I don't think they do.
We are the best people to talk about sports. Who do they have on their team? I don't know. Let's look it up.
Somebody goggle that shit.
Got to.
Look up
Arizona.
who the Funyun
Somebody
guy is on the
here
Packers.
knows.
Somebody use the Bing.
All right. There we go. Depth chart. Depth chart.
While he's doing that, Anthony, did you watch a lot of preseason this year?
Not as much because I was really interested to see how some of the starters were going to come back, especially the ones coming back from injury, and a lot of them didn't even see the field. So I
Yeah.
saw
Alright, you guys-
enough of the rookie
you guys ready
play
for this?
the first couple weeks. I didn't even watch the last week.
Word. What it is, Mark?
So running back James Conner, Marquise
Yep.
Brown for their first wide receiver, AJ Green, Rondale Moore, Zach Ertz. Tackle is Humphreys. I won't go through all their line.
AJ
Defense
Green's been
though,
non-existent for the last like 3-4 years though.
right? Defense studs are Watt, Buda Baker. That's about it that I see. Like they're looking pretty slim, honestly.
I mean, honestly, though, they didn't really have anybody different than last year. And they were pretty successful.
Marquise Brown is an upgrade, I guess.
Yeah, but like they didn't really have a lot of movement for their players, for their personnel.
No, not a ton, but
But I
a
think
little
their
bit.
defense was outstanding last year. That kind of helped them win those games more than their offense.
And
helped them
Buda
win those
Baker
games.
is still, in my opinion, underrated. He had some really seriously good games last year, and I think that he's still slightly underrated. My opinion.
So are we? If we go back to the Denver-Seattle game, are we assuming that Geno Smith is not going to be able to get the ball to Metcalf and everybody and do anything with it? Anthony, is that what you think?
Geno Smith is going to
Yeah,
continue to
did
do
you
Geno
see him
Smith
when he was in
things.
Fort
he's
Wilson last year? It was
he's
running
just-
for his goddamn soul.
Right, but then maybe they improved a little bit. In the preseason, they weren't too bad. Drew Lock looked terrible. In the
Carroll
preseason.
seems to think that he's the guy, so maybe
Well,
he's better.
in the
at
last
that.
just ran out of
Drew
draft
Lock
picks.
Drew Lock threw like 3 picks and maybe
They're
8
playing for next year.
passes.
They're
Right.
playing for next year. I don't know.
Locke is
I
terrible,
even
too.
Locke's
I mean, when
not
I played
great.
through Madden, and Seattle got the first pick next year. So
I
if
mean,
that's anything.
But this
a
year
lot
they're going
of
to be the new
times-
Jets.
But what are the Jets going to be? I think the Jets will still be the Jets.
Yeah, they
Jets are
will
gonna be
still be
better
the
this
Jets,
year.
but I think they'll win at least 6 games.
Are we gonna? Do we want to predict division winners this early right now?
No, I think
give
it's
us
too early
give us
to-
a week.
Oh, hold
Let's
on.
give
Hold
him a
on.
week.
Can we do
We
one?
could go.
Can
We could go.
one
It's way
prediction
too
now?
early.
I was
Okay,
talking
okay.
first.
Predictions.
You were born first. I'm talking.
No.
Could we not do like a do one now? Sorry, we'll just cover this guy. Do one now, and then like by season 7 or season 8, be like, all right, well, where are we at with it? And then kind of like give our final
Season
one.
7
then.
or week 7?
season 7 of this show, because we're gonna have to have a couple pauses between each episode. So week 8.
Season 7 will be week 8. Okay, got it.
Sweet Jesus.
This is what happens when we have a hiatus. I don't know how to talk. So if I don't talk in my everyday life. Well, thoughts? How do we feel about that? Do one now before we see anybody play, like for real, and then let them play some as if we have control of it.
Well, let's just take it. Let's take it by division, and we'll see what the consensus is. Then we'll go from there.
So then we're doing yes to my question. We're doing this
kind of.
Yeah,
okay. But it's more of like a group decision instead of an individual.
I was asking you guys if you wanted to do it. That is called a discussion.
Sure.
This is called a democracy. So,
AFC North.
Ravens.
I'm on board with that.
We should be writing this down. Do I have paper?
Yeah.
Although Trubisky did get the start in Pittsburgh.
I don't give a fuck what he gets. I don't need to put it on paper because it's recorded. I just don't want to go back and watch this again. It's already a pretty shitty episode. So
welcome to season 2.
Welcome to season 2, episode nothing.
To go on the lost tracks.
Yeah,
Mark,
I guess that's.
You're saying Ravens too?
Yeah, I mean,
I saw a thing that somebody posted that NFL Fox on NFL said the Steelers were going to win that division.
I just don't.
What
see
do we
it.
say?
I just don't
NFC
see it.
North?
Yeah, like Bengals, Browns, Ravens, Steelers.
I'm gonna say Bengals just to do something a little bit different. I'll say Bengals. I think that they're still gonna be a stud team. I think that Ravens are a rebound a bit this year. I don't think that they'll be as bad as. Well, I mean, not
Have
that
you
they
seen
were
Lamar
bad.
Jackson? The dude's fucking jacked now.
Is he?
Yeah, he put on some weight.
That just means he's gonna be more like Culpepper-esque. He's not
You're
gonna
gonna
be
be piss
throwing
testing
away
that
balls.
guy like twice a week.
Culpepper's exercise was him doing this. Okay, so like no.
What? Is that what he's doing? He's speed bagging nut sacks over here.
It's because he's always sacked. You're right.
I'm still going. I'm gonna go with Bengals. I'm gonna go with
All right.
Bengals.
All right. Well, then I
Majority
mean,
rules.
yeah. So we're going Ravens. So how about the
Go
AFC?
ahead, talk it in.
Let's go to the NFC North then. Let's keep this with the North. Let's hear it, Mark. NFC North right now.
I'm gonna say the Vikings.
Gotta be Vikings. It's gotta be Vikings. The Vikings. So I've
I
heard
think they have the best potential.
I've
I
heard
want
something.
Lupino to enjoy this episode, so I'm going to say the Bears.
Fuck the Bears. The Bears.
Bears.
They're gonna take. Okay, I'm gonna put this out there. Bears are taking last in the division.
Yeah, I can see
Honestly,
that.
I don't think that they're. I think that the Packers are going to start out slow, but I think that they're going to find their way, and they'll probably either push for that championship game or they'll be close. I think that they're not going to be as bad as people think. They'll start out slow, but they'll come back. I think Vikings are going to win it. I think Lions are going to be a kind of a surprise team if Goff can get things under wraps. I don't know.
Well,
Goff is the big question mark for me with the Lions.
I think their defense can be a bit better than last year. I'm not sure if you guys watch Hard Knocks at all, but like seeing their defense in that was like kind of
They look
fun.
good.
I love
They
watching
look
Hard
good.
Knocks because you get to know more players that you probably wouldn't have known about before. Like
Well,
there's this guy on their defense, a rookie linebacker called Rodrigo.
Rodriguez.
That's not his name, but his name's Rodriguez. Yeah.
Yes.
And when I was playing man, I was like, man, I'm going to trade for this guy. Like as my voice cracks, trade for this guy. I think their defense could be pretty average this year, better than last year. But I definitely fully agree that I think the Bears will be at the bottom of that division.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Vikings will, if they don't win the division, it's going to be because they're going to unleash
Captain
Kirk
Kirk?
Cousins.
Yeah.
It's their defense. Their defense and their secondary has always failed them. They gave up 7 games last season
I mean, Kirk wasn't the
in the
best
fourth
either.
quarter. No, but he didn't.
Kirk wasn't the best
He didn't
either.
lose them the game. He didn't lose.
He
them
set
the
them
game.
up to lose.
Yes, he did. And
Yes.
he's
But it's their
not the guy
defense
who's
to
going
pick
to
up the
win a
slack.
game, though.
But think about it. If your defense is on the field so much, they're tired, and you're going to go out there and unfocus like Anthony's camera and throw an interception, then they're going to get tired. and you're going to lose. So you're not helping your
I don't
team.
know.
You lose.
Kirk needs to step up, especially if they're planning to unleash him. I think
Right.
that he needs to hit some big plays. He needs to go out there and actually win a fucking game as opposed to just throwing decent balls. Like a lot of his stats, they look better than they should because a lot of his stats are coming in garbage time. Like he's got better passing yards, better touchdowns and all that because with the Redskins, with
Commanders.
the Washington football team, the Commanders, yeah. Before they change again, the Commanders, when he was playing with the Commanders, they were always playing from behind. He's playing in garbage time. He's getting padded stats. It's the same thing with the Vikings. Like when he's gone out there and thrown good,
he did have
plays,
quite a bit
good
of weapons though,
balls.
when he played with the Commanders.
He did, and he like arguably one of the best teams he's played with though is now his current team. And I mean, look at the
for sure
projections for Cook and Thielen and obviously Jefferson. They're all being drafted highly and being highly regarded by a lot of analysts. So I think that they should be a good team if he doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make mistakes, they should be a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I also don't disagree with Anthony a little bit on the defensive part, but like,
True.
I feel like they don't get a lot of pressure, but then when they don't get the pressure, their D backs are just letting them get whatever they want.
If Danielle Hunter can stay healthy, I think they're going to have good pass rush. Eric Kendricks being in the linebacker core is going to help them out a lot, but the secondary has always been super sus.
And
even with Harrison back there,
Smith though he's very much one of those guys that when they start to fail, he gets super frustrated and he like you can see it. Like mentally he's upset and you can tell he's pissed off. Like, I mean, it's hard to come back from that. He gets full tilt and he goes, I mean, at that point, it's just not much he can do.
Yeah.
So,
not to go too negative since the season hasn't even started yet, but
I mean,
I feel agree.
Right. So are we saying the Vikings then?
Yeah.
I'm saying Vikings if Kirk can keep it under wraps and if their defense can do fucking anything.
No ifs. We're going to change it on season 7. So we
Vikings.
know.
Vikings. I'm going
7.
Vikings.
Season 10 recap.
All right. AFC West.
Chiefs.
Mark, I want to hear yours.
Notice a lack of hesitation.
No.
I hope so.
I'm gonna throw out just a bomb. I'm gonna say Chiefs are taking their last place in the division.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna go that route. I'm gonna say Chargers are taking the division. I'm gonna say Chiefs though are taking last in the division.
So before I say mine, because we don't know what that's going to be, Anthony, how many games do you think the Chiefs are going to win then to win the division?
6.
Oof. We'll win more than 6 games.
12.
Really?
No fucking way.
Mark, how many games do you think the Chargers are going to win to win the division?
I'm gonna say 11. They'll win 11 games. I think they'll win the division in 11 games.
I think the Chargers will win the division. I don't want them to, but I think they will. I don't think the Broncos are going to win more than 9 games.
They'll be a solid team, but I don't think. Yeah, I think that's pretty on par with what they.
And I want them to win more games, and I would love them to prove me wrong. I would love it 100%. But I don't. This first year, I think, will be their toughest year with Russell Wilson, just getting everything acclimated to what they're trying to do.
Yep.
I still think they need one more defensive weapon to stand out on both sides of the ball. On offense, I think they have a good amount of weapons to be successful. Obviously, the offensive line was their biggest issue these last couple of years. But I think without having Von Miller and Chubb being hurt and really only relying on number 2 back there, I feel like they signed Gregory, which I think is going to be helpful. But I feel like we need another linebacker that's going to kind of do that. I'd love it if Jewell stepped up and became a bigger name in their defense.
So I want to hear your opinion because I've got my own. Obviously, I'm sure Anthony has his own. But what are your thoughts on the backfield situation with Williams and Gordon.
I don't know why Gordon's still on the team. I feel like we should have been able to get rid of him to either bring in somebody else that's going to better complement Javonte, or maybe even trade him for something else for the team. Because I feel like Javonte by week 4 is going to be the main back.
And so many, like, I hate to say, like, oh, analysts are right about everything, because obviously they're not, but it's even within those tight knit circles where they're seeing more than we do, obviously, as normal people. They're saying that, yeah, Javante's the guy, and I would 100% agree. And even from a fantasy perspective, like if Gordon would have moved on, Javonte would have been a top 3 running back, in my opinion. Gordon there, he's like, I think Javonte is going to still be the guy. It's just hard to say that there's not going to be that mix of Gordon being thrown in there and taking some of those touches. It's just, right. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I think it
opens up for Gordon to be the one to make more mistakes, like his fumble at the end of their last game of the season last year. Right. Like I still firmly believe that they should have kept Lindsey with Javonte, and they would have had a pretty fun backfield. They would have had Granted, they would have still had a harder time because of their quarterback issues and their offensive line, but I think it would have been more complementary to those issues than having Gordon back there.
They could have kept Lindsey at half the cost, even less than that, than Gordon, and moved on Gordon, tried to get, like you said, trade him for something, whatever it may be that you're trying to look for to fill a gap, but get rid of Gordon and his draft capital, or excuse me, his cap space. Try to push that onto somebody else and get something that you need. I mean, get rid of that guy. Like he's
And not much money left now that they give that extension to Wilson.
No.
Well, yeah, but also, so like, I think if Lindsey would have been able to stay, he would have been more successful than him jumping around 3 teams in the last 2 years. But
he didn't have proper time or touches to try and make a name for himself. Like he did really well in Denver with what he was given. And I really like the guy, and I thought he did a good job. It's just,
I think he fit their scheme better, like and that the other teams don't really need a running back like him for their scheme, or they already have one that would be similar to him. Like I think he could be really good in San Francisco, but they don't need him in San Francisco. So that's my thought.
If there is one player you thought that they could bring in that would totally turn the franchise around, who would it be? Any position
for Denver?
Yeah.
I mean, their hope is that to be Russell Wilson, but any player in the league, I feel like it would have to be a defensive player.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Like, I just don't know who it would be exactly. I would have to say like it has to be
no
like
limits.
Thinking like an Aaron Donald type, somebody to get to the quarterback.
I would say I was going to say TJ Watt. Like I think
you know the one.
So I'm gonna go Nick Bosa.
Yeah, one of the Bosa brothers for sure. Yeah. Like that's all they need though. But that could be Gregory that they brought in. So like he could be successful. And I didn't see him play in the preseason. I honestly don't think he played at all. But I didn't watch all of it. I did the NFL Plus stuff, but I didn't watch it to hear his name. But I think they have been successful with not good quarterbacks in their history to where they can be that way again. But I would say 100% a defensive player. TJ Watt type, but definitely within the defensive line, linebacker area, because their cornerbacks and their safeties aren't that bad. No. But I think when Denver can get pressure on the quarterback is when they're the most successful.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which again goes for any team.
I really think that's the key piece that they're really missing. They've tried so hard to get an offense rebuilt after Manning left. I think they'd kind of neglected the defense there quite a bit.
Yeah, and I know we're trying to wrap up this episode, but I know like if you think about the past for the Broncos, they've always had at least one top tier cornerback, and then a good defense, a good linebacker core, and then maybe one person on the line that was good. Like Champ Bailey was there, AJ Wilson was good, like DJ Williams was good, like they had the same balance, and I feel like they stick to that type of that thing. And maybe it'll be different now with Walmart and political people and race car drivers owning the team, but maybe we'll get them at a budget. So
Everyday savings at Mile High.
I can't wait to go to Walmart Field at Mile High Stadium.
It'd be the most expensive Walmart shit you're gonna have to buy when you go to buy $18 beer.
It's just gonna make more sense why we can talk
Just wait
talk
till they
shit
have
about the field.
and they have their greeters at the front gate. Welcome to Mile High.
You don't even have to buy a ticket. You just walk right in.
Oh, sweet. All right, so AFC West majority was Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna say Charger. Yeah.
let's go AFC South.
That's a tough one. I think it's not that tough now that I think about the teams in there. It's the Colts.
I'm gonna say Colts.
It's got to be Colts. It's got to be Colts. I mean, not that I am a huge fan of Matt Ryan. I think he's still got enough in the tank. I just that defense, their defense is still pretty set. I think that they'll be good on D.
Yeah.
And they've got enough weapons. I mean, all you need is Taylor and a couple of wide receivers, and Matt Ryan. All he needs to do is not turn the ball over, and they'll be good.
So NFC South.
Gross.
This one's kind of fun
Bucks.
because like all the teams are
Bucks.
like, but then you're like, it's got to be the Bucks because of Tom Brady, but I don't want it to be, and I don't want it to be the Saints.
It's got to be Bucks. I think so.
Need. I don't.
I think Carolina could get it.
God.
That's a stretch. It's a stretch, but I think they could get it.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah, no shit.
It felt kind of dirty. just
Nate's
saying it.
over there just like,
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
I don't like any of the other guys.
yeah.
I really think Tampa Bay is gonna have
Not
the biggest
them.
fall off the season.
Not them.
I really do.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I think they're
I
gonna
love
be
how
good.
nobody mentioned Atlanta. Like they weren't thinking about them at all.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, Georgia has a football team?
So
If Atlanta had a decent quarterback, maybe they've
don't
got
like
some
Marcus Mariota?
weapons. No, I did, but I don't. Like I said, I'm an Oregon fan, but not anymore. I'm
they still
sorry.
have Cordero Patterson back there, running back, wide receiver, punt returner,
No,
tight end,
no.
fullback.
Man, I liked him when he was at the Vikes too. I did.
I
Don't
love
they
how
have Damian
how-
Williams now
how-
too?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't know.
Mm-hmm, uh-huh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
NFC West.
When Hopkins comes back, I'm gonna give it to Arizona.
I think it's Arizona no matter what. Who are you gonna say?
think
You're
so?
gonna say 49ers? Yeah.
Trey Lance.
No, I still think it's gonna be the Rams. I think that'll be one of the tighter divisions though, honestly. I don't think Seahawks are gonna do shit.
No.
But I could see the Cardinals coming on strong after Hopkins comes back. I think they're gonna struggle the first part of the season. Because Hopkins has what, 6 game suspension? I think, right? So I think the first 6 games are going to struggle, and I think that Murray's going to be upset. But I think that he's going to come out with something to prove because he doesn't want to be treated like a child, right? He doesn't want to be told that he has to study, that he can do this on his own, that he's going to
Somebody
be
get him
that
his
guy.
booster.
Right. Well, I mean, he needs that anyway, even without that stuff. So, but I think that Kyler Murray's going to come out with something to prove. I just don't think that it's going to be enough without Hopkins there that they're going to be able to do much in the first 6 games. I do not think the Cardinals win that division. I think it will be between the 49ers and the Rams.
I don't think
the Rams
division
stay
will
healthy
be-
enough.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. But I think that NFC West will be similar to the AFC West, just excluding one team. So like, I don't think the Seahawks are going to do shit, but I think those other 3 teams are going to be very close to where it might come down to 1 or 2 games towards the end of the season that puts the other one over it. So that being said, NFC East.
God, the worst division in football.
No, the next division is the worst division of football.
I'm
Is
gonna
it though?
say Dallas.
I think. Oh,
I'm down. I'm gonna go Dallas too.
I think they have, if with the guys they have coming
It's-
back this year, I think they have the best potential to do it.
I will say I think Elliott is only there for maybe this year and maybe next year, and then he's gone. I think that that division, like you said, Mark, isn't the best. It's not the worst though, because the next
No.
division I think is the worst. But I think they're going to be.
I think the AFC South is the worst.
No,
Looking at
I
it?
believe the AFC East division is the worst.
Really?
Yeah,
Nah. Okay. Well,
it's
So
the least
for the
exciting
NFC
division
East-
of all the
NFC
divisions.
East, I'll say Cowboys. I guess
It's forced to do it.
none of those teams really wow me. Like I'm not. Again, it could be, but I think that that'll
I
be
will
a
s-
tighter race in
I will
that
say this-
division.
I think we talked
They-
about it before, but like the Commanders are expected to be like super good for some reason, and I don't know
Yeah,
why.
and I don't get it. I don't get it. Wentz freaking sucks. We've all seen him. He's terrible.
He was
He hasn't been
terrible
good
this
since his
preseason, too.
freaking first 2 years of the season or his career. Like he's
This
just
might be his
garbage.
Alex Smith season, but not that he's gonna get hurt like that, but like just to be successful.
They'd be better off if Wentz got hurt and Alex Smith came back and played the season. They'd be better
with a
off.
broken leg,
Yes.
with a dying leg.
Yep. Yep. Put him in there. He'll do better.
All right, so Cowboys, we're saying.
Cowboys. It's gotta be Cowboys.
Hey, remember, come season / week 7, this is all gonna be a rediscussion.
Absolutely. So on the season 10 recap, we're gonna get really into it.
Season 10 recap. So last division, worst division, AFC East.
I don't think it's the worst
Jets.
division. What are we? Jesus Christ. Okay, wait. I got to check to see what stats we're going off of here, because if it's
Wilson's gonna
how
take
many
everybody's mom.
how many
many
Cougars
Cougars?
that Zach Wilson is pounding, then it's the Jets by far. However,
I will say this one's easy. It's the Bills. So that's why it's the worst division, because it's
I want to say that I think that this division is a little
Jets,
underrated though. So
Jets.
Miami sucks. Did you guys see the clip of
No,
Tua throwing
they're gonna-
footballs through
they're-
cardboard cutouts?
they're gonna be
the ball
better
went,
than you
"Ooh."
think, dude. All he has to do is get the ball to Tyreek, and Tyreek's gonna just sprint off. Like, I think that the Dolphins will be better than they appear on paper. I think they're
I
gonna be
think-
better.
I think Tyreek's going to get hurt trying to run after these balls that aren't going to ever get to him.
They're gonna have to just keep
Man.
Tyreek to the 30,
You see what-
40-yard mark and then no further, because even when he tries
I mean,
to throw
he
deep
likes
balls,
him.
he has to run backwards.
He likes Tua, but if you watch the preseason or any of the clips they showed of him catching,
Yeah,
he's slowing down to catch
stopping
the
for
ball.
the ball. Yeah, I agree on that. But he's said that Tua's more accurate than Patrick Mahomes.
You're not going to get paid millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that you should probably not get, and should go to teachers and other people to then be like, oh yeah, he's the worst quarterback. We're going to suck. So like, you're not going to do that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I did
know.
see his one conversation where he mentioned about, what was it? Some quarterback that was playing for the Chiefs that he loved. It was like super good. Not super good, but it was accurate. But he thinks Tua's better than them. I can't remember what his fucking name was now. Doesn't matter because they both suck. And so it doesn't, I think he's going to be slowing down or trying to redirect to where he's going to get hurt. He's going to get Antonio Brown, and then he's going to go insane.
I don't know. I think that the Dolphins will be a surprise team coming out this year. I think the Bills are obviously the favorite in that division.
I would love it if I'm wrong on a lot of these.
Large margin, but
-1.
Yeah,
but
you're
like,
gonna be super upset when Zach Wilson takes home the division.
Zach Williston? Zach
Williston.
Williston. He's from the North Dakota, Williston.
Gonna get all those Funyun players.
My brain hurts. So much. This has been a great 49 minutes and 28 seconds.
Going Bills. Yep.
I
Bills.
think it's Bills. That's what it is.
I'm even gonna go this far.
Bills.
I'm gonna say Bills in the AFC Championship game.
No. I'm gonna say no to that.
Mm.
I'm gonna say no to that.
Now you're going for the Jets, aren't you?
Who?
No. Were you fucking
Who
owl over
else?
there?
Who
God
would you
damn,
say
we
over
in the
there?
poo? Hunter Acre Wood? We're in the Hunter Acre Woods over here picking our teams.
Who? Okay, do we want to go that far and say who's AFC, NFC?
That depends on how much longer you guys want to be on here. Because I mean, I can if you guys want to. We're at 50 minutes.
Let's do one more decision here. AFC, NFC championship game.
Okay, I'll let you guys go first.
Wait, are we choosing 4 teams or just the winner?
The teams in the games, just the championship games.
Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah. Gross. No. Rematch? Rematch of a couple years ago?
And whole NFC just kind of blows.
No, it's I think it's the opposite. I think there's so many options that it's hard to just pick 2.
Vikings, Rams.
No. Terrible picks.
I'm
Terrible
same
picks.
for NFC. I'm going the same. Vikings, Rams. AFC. Yeah, AFC. I'm
What?
going Bills, Chargers.
What?
Yeah.
I don't like
What
how
you
close
got
your
there,
guys' teams are.
Mr. Broncos.
Yeah, let's hear it. Broncos,
I'm
Jets,
not. No, Broncos. Yeah. Worst
Saints,
worst
and
season of football.
Seattle.
Niners and Saints.
Saints in
Yes.
Seattle.
Thing winner.
I'm
All
gonna say.
right, throw the Giants in there, and we got it. We got ourselves tonight.
I'm gonna say. Cowboys.
You're so wrong. God damn it. Okay, turn this shit off. Like he's done. He's done.
Unsubscribe.
Hit cue the end music. Let's do this shit.
I'll say Cowboys, Packers.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You think the Packers are going to be able to make something go? Yeah. Why?
Because you guys said the fucking Bills and the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Come on. Okay. So
sorry.
How do you think the Packers are going to make it to the championship game? Let me hear your take on this. I want to know.
I don't want him to, but I think he could get another MVP.
Rodgers taking all
Aaron
of the
Rodgers.
mushrooms that exist.
Right. I think
Dude,
he
they're
could get
not
another MVP.
Mario mushrooms. He's not gonna grow that big and just stomp on the Goombas. That's not how that works.
Here's the big what I think is a big what if. Odell Beckham comes back, is finally healthy, and the Packers sign him, and they get that far in the season.
That's the only potential that they have. I mean, you're not
Anthony
far
died.
off. He's right though. Like, I mean, he's absolutely right. And I was thinking about this. I was thinking about it earlier. Like, I almost like picked him up off of waivers in our 222 league because I had that thought. I was like, okay, so Odell's out there. Packers know they need some help. They would be willing to give him whatever available cap space they've got to try and get him to come to the team for a year or 2. You know what I mean? Like, Rodgers only really has a year or 2 left with the Packers. Good years, I will say. And then he's going to go to the Vikings, and then he's going to get him to the NFC championship game, and he's going to shit the bed. And it'll be just like any other Packers quarterback that's gone to the Vikings. But it'll be one of those things where it's Packers. I mean, they know what to do to make the best team that they can with what they've got, and that's what they're missing is a stud
I think
receiver.
They should have given up Aaron Jones.
I think if he comes back this season, the 2 teams that he would potentially go to would be the Packers or the Saints. The Saints because all his college buddies are there now, or the Packers because they could potentially be successful this season.
Packers, all they need is a really good wide receiver, and they're about at the point where they need. I mean, realistically,
Right. I mean, they
The
have
defense
Sammy
will still be
Watkins,
okay.
but like he's not going to really be that much of them. I
He's
think he's
not-
going to be too chunky.
he's
But
not
I should
enough.
Talk about being
He's not
chunky,
enough.
but like. So for the AFC, that one's a tough one for me. About who I would pick.
Between the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah, between them it being a division AFC championship game, you're right. I don't know. That one's I'll say Burrow gets there again. I'll say Bengals. This is gonna
Chargers.
both of these are stretches. So this is what makes this season fun.
Raiders.
I'm gonna say Bengals, Colts.
No, that's trash, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Hot trash
gonna be
panda
great.
garbage.
So great. Hey,
I can see that.
gives us
Dumpster
something to
fire.
talk about. We're making stories to talk about each week, man. It's gonna be great. Can't
Okay,
wait.
2 weeks and we got a new season coming out. Don't worry.
Way too soon predictions brought to you by King's Coast Coffee.
King's Coast Coffee. They probably don't want us to do that anymore.
Yeah, probably not. Not after those predictions.
Right.
God damn.
But yeah, I think that's the best way to end this episode about the Bengals and the Colts being in the AFC Championship game.
No fucking chance. No.
A hell of a lot of good chance.
I have a headache.
Yeah, it's been great. I
When does
missed
season 3
this.
start?
I don't know. When you figure
weeks.
out your OBS studios.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Well, it's been fun, as it always is, for Wade to watch us and listen to us. Jeffrey, Anthony, and Mark, thanks for coming on by. We can't wait to see you next week. We're going to try to make this a more regular type of season.
Season 3
So,
next week.
Right, we'll be dropping seasons like it's Rick and
Fast track
Morty.
into season 7.
We're going to rush through the season like we're finishing Game of Thrones and then go do something else and then get fired. So,
Fantastic.
can't wait. Can't wait for us to even talk about Game of Thrones. There's so much to talk about this season, guys. We have so many things to talk about.
Lots of
That will
content
come out
coming
coming
up,
forward.
coming to you.
Whole
All
lot
by
of
virtue of the
coming.
G.A.M.R.
So, can't
All right,
wait.
fam.
to
We're
come.
going to sign off with that. We'll see y'all later.
Wait.